back to my channel. My name is Claire. If you're new here, welcome. It's lovely to have you. For today's video, I wanted to just talk a little bit about the fact that we're halfway through the year officially at the end of this month, which is absolutely crazy. So I don't know about you, but I love to do my planning more in a quarterly planning style rather than the full year. But I do still love to do my check-ins, like my mid-year check-in, and then also my end-of-year check-in, goals for the year as a whole, and just have like an idea of where I'm wanting to go longer term. But then in terms of my actual actionable goals, I do them as a quarterly goal or a 3-month goal. And I do this kind of aligned with what I learned in business, where a lot of organizations do quarterly goals and they do something called OKRs, which are objective key results. What are the main objectives that you're wanting to accomplish in the year and the quarter? And then what are the key results that you could see within a quarter that would actually move the needle and get you closer to where you're wanting to be? And then once you identify what those key results would be for the objectives that you're trying to accomplish, what are the actual steps that you can take to work through those and accomplish them? And that kind of mindset or approach to goal setting is actually very aligned with my own personal approach, where I really like to break things down into smaller steps that I can find a little bit more gentle to work through. So years ago, I did subscribe to the whole hustle culture and that you need to really grind to accomplish your goals. But I've realized in the past few years that just isn't sustainable, at least not for me. And what I need is more tangible steps that I can take on a more consistent basis to actually shift my life and my daily habits, so that what I'm doing daily over time is going to get me to where my goals are and how to build up that consistent action. So for me personally, I have like a few daily routines that are non-negotiable for me. I'm not going to go too much into that in this video, because I do want to focus more on the goal setting and how do you break down your goals. So what I call my method is reverse engineering your goals. So what that means is starting with your goal. So whatever your goal is, it could be a health goal, it could be you want to start your own business, you have a course that you really want to finish. What is your big goal? It could even be the degree is the big goal, and then the courses are a step, however that looks for you. So take your big goal and then start to slowly break it down. So if you have a goal that you're wanting to accomplish in the next 12 months, I would then look at what do you want to accomplish in 6 months. So take it halfway. So in order to reach your goal in 12 months, what do you have to have done by the halfway through mark? And then from there, okay, so if this is what you have to accomplish at the 6-month mark, again, break it in half. What do you have to do within 3 months to be on track to hit your 6-month goal and then to ultimately hit your year goal? And then from there, I would break it down to month. So I wouldn't break it down to like a month and a half, although you could, be total preference. But I would then go, okay, this is what I have to do in 3 months. So what would I need to do in month 1, month 2, and month 3 within that to hit my 3-month goal? And then if you want to, this is totally kind of up to you in your own personal style of how you would want to work through your goals. But can you then break it down weekly? And if I were to break it down weekly, I would start with only breaking it down weekly, probably for the first month. You could do the whole 3 months, but I find like sometimes that can be a little bit overwhelming to feel like you have to plan every week for 3 months out in advance. What if you fall behind? Is everything going to fall off track? And then your mind starts racing and you kind of get into that analysis paralysis where you feel stuck and you feel like you can't even do the tasks you need to do this week because you're worried about everything months down the line. So I personally find it easy to take that first month, break it down into weeks. And then even then, it's up to you within that weekly goal. Do you want to break it down further? So you know what you kind of want to do, roughly in week 1, 2, 3, and 4. Within that first week, is it worth breaking that down to a day-by-day goal for you? And for you, maybe it is. For me, I usually like to leave it at a weekly level. And then what I'll do is when I am planning out that week ahead on the Sunday before, because that is my personal day that I like to plan. So I plan on Sundays for a Monday through Sunday week. You can then slot in which day you're wanting to do things and go as granular or as high level within that week as you want to. So sometimes all I'll do is I'll say, these are my goals and I want to accomplish all of this by Sunday. And then I allow myself some weeks to intuitively listen to what I need. So when I'm having a day that I just feel like I can't focus, I feel like even if I do the work, I'm not going to actually retain it or really process it fully. Sometimes those days I will give myself a pass and I will give myself the grace to be allowing myself to rest and recuperate. So sometimes that's what you need. And then I find when you do that, you will also have the other days where you are feeling more productive, where you can sit down and actually fly through the stuff. Because I find personally, unless I'm at a point where I don't have the wiggle room, if I try to sit down and I still have a little bit of flex time and it's not super urgent at the last minute and I'm not feeling it, sometimes I'll just go to do what I'm doing and I won't be productive at all. And then I've neither rested nor gotten through what I'm supposed to do. And I'm actually worse off than if I had just allowed myself to stop, take a breather, and take that time for self-care. So I feel like that's a really, really important thing that's often overlooked, is listen to yourself. And if you have the space to take time and space for yourself, because it is so important to look after yourself, your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, your spiritual well-being, please do try to find the time to do that for whatever works for your schedule. Maybe it's, a 5-minute breather if that's all you have, and maybe you have the luxury of having a little bit more time. So I would definitely say allow yourself and your own personal style to be brought into whatever process you're implementing as you're doing your goals. So just to recap, I would take my year goal, break it in half to 6 months, break that in half to 3 months, break that down to monthly, break the first month only down to weekly high-level goals, and then totally optional for you if you want to break that then down to daily goals. Sometimes it can be really helpful. Sometimes it can add stress that is not really necessary because you would be able to self-manage to get it done. But that also depends how busy your schedule is. So if your schedule is crazy, you need to block that in order to get it done. Definitely take that step when you're doing your planning. And then with that, I would kind of break it down daily for the first week only of the month as well. So first month only for the weekly goals, and then first week only for the daily goals. Just so you don't get too much in your mind and too far ahead of yourselves, and you focus on the immediate steps that you need to take to stay on track with your goals. I really hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, definitely put them in the comments and I would love to respond. And even I can do a follow-up video if I get a lot of other questions about different methods or different approaches that might be helpful. And I hope this video helped you. I would love it if you would like and subscribe to the video. It would really help me out. And I hope you all have a beautiful week ahead.